Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome back to Cricket Happenings. And on this part of the Cricket Happening show, it's going to be first talking about India's victory. I mean, yesterday, as you know, Karunaratne and Kushal Mendes took the score to 209 for 2, and really that particular application was needed even today, but unfortunately that was not coming today, and the Sri Lankan innings folded up like a pack of cards with Ravindra Jadeja going and picking up his 5 wicket haul, also picking up the man of the match award, and Karunaratne getting his sixth Test century as the Sri Lankans were bowled out for 386. Thus, India registering a victory by an innings and 53 runs. So that is as far as, so basically one is really trying to see whether, so basically that was the story of the day, that India registered a victory. In fact, India won the series now because it's a 3 test series, and the Palakele second. Also, sad news is that Ravindra Jadeja won't be playing in Palakele, which definitely will hit India hard. The reason being he was guilty of something that he should have not done, and he has admitted to that too. So ICC has come, the ICC referees have come very strongly on Jadeja, which is very sad for India. So that is, so I'll be talking about that. And as far as England and South Africa were concerned, well, I can say on this particular pitch very clearly that England are the ones who are on the ascendant here, no doubt about it, because the pitch is playing all sorts of tricks. It's playing truant, I would say. Some balls are bouncing, some balls are hitting the rough and staying low. So it's going to be one hell of a job for South Africa. And England today, after taking 136 run lead, actually finished off. South Africa did well, but as I said, it was a very tough wicket to bat on. England were 224 for 8, essentially 360 runs ahead. So another 40 runs, and there'll be psychological pressure on. And I can very clearly say, with the 4 days play coming up, it's going to be a minefield here. And one definitely feels that England would have won the series. They're already 2-1 up, and one more victory, and it's all curtains for South Africa in this Test series, I reckon. So definitely South Africa, I think it will be a very, very tough thing for South Africa to actually go and win this match. Leave alone winning the match, they can't do anything. I think England are clear winners here. There is no doubt about it, because this pitch is playing all sorts of tricks, as I said. But first, and also if at all time permits, we'll have a look at some Caribbean Premier League matches as well. But first, let's talk about the game between Sri Lanka and India. Well, Sri Lanka and India, it was all about, as I said, whether Karunaratne and Chandimal could once again keep up that application. But it was very quick work. In fact, the Ravichandran Ashwin was the one who picked up the night watchman Pushpa Kumara very quickly by clean bowling him for 16 with 3 boundaries. After that, Chandimal was along with Karunaratne. But Chandimal could contribute only 2 runs as he was caught at the closing cordon by Rahane with the bowling of Jadeja for 2. And Angelo Matthews, lived dangerously. It was not easy for him. Karunaratne, on the other hand, was continuing in his own selfless way that he normally does, playing the ball very close to his body. Continued from where he left off yesterday. But his contribution was 141. He was there. He was definitely there. He was guiding the Sri Lankan innings along. But after Chandimal was gone, Karunaratne was a victim, as Jadeja actually got him caught by Rahane for 141 for 16. And the pitch was definitely becoming much slower as well. Angelo Matthews was caught behind by Ridhiman Shah, the bowling of Jadeja for 36 with 3 fours and 1 6, with Jadeja getting some sharp turn there. Dikwala, he tried his best, played some sweep shots to contribute 31 before Pandya nailed his wicket for 31. After that, Pereira jumped down the wicket to Jadeja. He was stumped by Saha 4 with 1 boundary. Dhananjay De Silva failed, even though he hit 4 fours in a knock of 17. He was a victim of Jadeja as well. Fernando was a victim of Ashwin. Herat not out 17 with 3 boundaries. And the Sri Lankan innings came to a halt at 386. Very surprising. After putting up a great show yesterday, one did not expect the Sri Lankans to actually pack up like a pack of cards, and that's what precisely happened. But again, the pitch was not easy, so definitely credit to Karunanidhi and Mendes yesterday, as I said. But today, they could not sustain it, and the Sri Lankans were all out for 386. Thus, India winning an innings and 53 runs, and Jadeja picking up a 5-wicket haul. 39 overs, 5 maidens, 152 runs and 5 wickets. But as I said, he has been suspended for the Palakkele Test match. India has already won the series, so that's the good news. Jadeja has been suspended for doing something that it seems that he actually threw a ball which the referee noticed that it probably went and hit Karunaratne, and Jadeja has admitted that he deliberately threw the ball. So basically, now that has been considered a misdemeanor by Jadeja, and he has been suspended for 1 test match. So the ICC match referees are coming very hard on the players. So one has to really watch out what you say and what you do on the field. And I think that's the right way to go to actually bring the team spirit up. I think that's the only way to do it. And I think ICC are coming very strongly on the players now. Jadeja, wonderful job, 13 overs, 5 minutes, 152 runs and 5 wickets. Pandya, 15-2, 31, 2 wickets. Mohammad Shami, 12 overs, 27, 2 for 132 for Ashwin, and 13 overs, 1 for 39. So India have already won the series, so they are leading the 3-match series 2-0. Jadeja was named man of the match. It was pretty quick work, I would say. So India, so this match actually getting over on the I think it was on the today was 6, so basically it was over on the 4th day itself. Now let's have a look at the other match, and the other match that we are talking about is England versus South Africa. So as you know, South Africa resumed on their overnight score, and it was Stuart Broad actually picking up Duan Oliver's wicket, where things came to a halt for the South Africans when Duan Oliver caught Barrister ball Broad for 4, thus denying James Anderson his 5-wicket bag. Mockle remained all out on 20 with 3 boundaries, 226 all out, and 4 wickets to Anderson and 3 wickets to Broad. As far as England were concerned, they started the second innings with Alistair Cook and Jennings. Jennings looked ill at ease, I would say. Alistair Cook also was struggling, and Mone Morkel, who always has this habit of getting Alistair Cook's wicket every time, did that precisely. Mone Morkel once again getting the wicket of Alistair Cook by getting him caught by De Bruyne for 10 with 2 boundaries. So that was the wicket number 1 when Alistair Cook fell. Tom Westley came in, and Tom Westley actually played into the hands of the substitute slip fielder Markram of the bowling of Morkel, and Morkel had really struck it big by getting 2 wickets pretty early for the South Africans. But England were definitely had the cushion of the lead of 136, but still one could see that Morkel had already given them a double breakthrough. Jennings, as I said, definitely struggled at the crease. He was living there dangerously as Joe Root joined him, and then Rabada picked up Jennings' wicket by getting him caught by Amla for 18 with 3 boundaries. Joe Root's contribution was 49. He played some nice drives, but again the pitch definitely one could see when the spinners were bowling, it was not easy at all. But Duan Oliver clean bowled Joe Root for 49 with 6 boundaries. David Mallon continued to be a failure as Keshav Maharaj picked up his wicket by getting him caught by De Bruyne for 6. Ben Stokes' contribution was 23 with 5 boundaries. He was a victim of Duan Oliver. Duan Oliver was amongst the wickets today. He took 3 wickets. And Jonathan Bairstow, definitely South Africa would have been wary about Jonathan Bairstow taking the game away. But Jonathan Bairstow was nipped. This wicket was nipped by Duan Oliver for 10 with 2 boundaries. And then suddenly Toby Roland Jones was also a victim of the bowling of Rabada for 11 with 2 fours. which really reduced the England innings to 153 for 7. So the South African bowlers were doing a fantastic job there. And as I said, the pitch was really becoming more tougher as some balls were keeping low, some balls were bouncing up, and especially spinners were bowling. Keshav Maharaj was also posing problems there. And then Stuart Broad was joined in by Moeen Ali. Now from 153 from 153 for 7, Moeen Ali used the long handle and he clouted some magnificent sixes into the stands. He in fact clouted 3 sixes into the stands, and he adopted a real aggressive approach. Look at that knock of his, and that was the precise reason England could sit on a score of 224 for 8 because of the counter punching that Moeen Ali started in the company of Roland Jones and Broad, as finished on an unbeaten 67. He also hit one ferocious shot of the bowling of Rabada when he actually smote him straight down the ground for a beautiful boundary, and Moeen Ali was the one who really had given some fish to this proceedings, to this very drab England proceedings, as Moeen Ali decided that instead of just waiting there, why not have a whack, and that's what he precisely did. And 50 of his runs of 67, 50 of his runs came in boundaries and sixes. So Moeen Ali was not out on 67 at close of play with 8 fours and 3 sixes. Broad was not out on naught, and due to the Moeen Ali onslaught, the England could say that they were in a very good position at 224-8, and the overall lead taking them to 360. So definitely one could say that it will be probably a 400 400 or above that South Africa will be chasing. And as I said, it's not going to be an easy chase for South Africa, I can tell you that. Morning, Morkel, 12 overs, 2 minutes, 2 for 39, bowled excellently. Rabada, 15 points, 2 overs, 4 minutes, 37 runs and 2 wickets, also did his job pretty well. Keshav Maharaj, 27 overs, 1 for 92, but Duan Oliver was simply superb today. Got the ball to move very well. 12 overs, 5 minutes, 38 runs and 3 wickets. And that was it. That was the story of the day. And England, I think, definitely looking in a good position, no doubt about it, at stumps with 224 for 8, 360 runs in the lead. And we still have 2 full days to go. So a definite result, but one has to see as to how South Africa cope with the vagaries of the pitch, because definitely this is not an easy pitch to bat on, and I'm expecting this pitch to probably turn into a minefield tomorrow itself, and at Old Trafford in Manchester. So, but one has to wait and watch as to what really comes up. But nevertheless, England definitely on the ascendant here. And just looking at it, tomorrow Moeen Ali might still have a crack at the South African bowlers, and Stuart Broad could also probably do the same, and they could probably get the score to the lead, swell the lead above 400, and then that could be a psychological pressure on the South Africans to win this match. Now, the other cricket news that I could talk other than that, I'm just trying to see what is that I could really speak to you, dear fans and subscribers, as these were the 2 test match reports that I gave you. Well, there are one match that I can also speak about, the Caribbean Premier League. Just talking about it, the Caribbean Premier League, I can talk about one particular match that got over today, and that was meanwhile I can tell you in the tour match between West Indies and Kent, the West Indies batsmen, they were bowled out for 265 today. There's a new bowler from Kent by the name, is a seam bowler, Charlie Hartley. He got 4 wickets for 80 runs, and Kent were 1 for 1 at close of play, with Alzari Joseph getting that scalp of the Kent scalp there. And as far as one would remember this England batsman, he was he played a big part in the TCCB once upon a time for England. His name is Doug Insole. Unfortunately, he passed away at the age of 91, and he also represented Essex for quite a long time. He had a very good career as an administrator. So as far as the Caribbean Premier League is concerned, I can tell you that yesterday it was the Barbados Tridents actually winning, the Tridents winning by 12 runs with Akil Hussain doing a very good job. And let's have a look at this. The Patriots actually winning the match against the Guyana Amazon Warriors. So that was one match, and there was one match which happened today where Chris Gayle scored 66 of 55 balls. He carried his bat all the way through the match on a very difficult pitch, and it was the third match in the Caribbean Premier League, and I'm trying to see whether I can lay my hands on that. Unfortunately not. I think it's time for me to actually pull the lid on this cricket show for today by bidding you all a very, very good day. Thank you.